Howdy, this is Tony Tangwall from Dawes County, Nebraska. My wife Tracy and I wanted to let you folks know why we decided to get into this race to become a state senator from the 43rd District. We spoke to our 3 children and considered our 4 grandchildren, and we just want to let you know the conclusion that we came to. We believe that the job that needs to be done is a very important one, and so we're going to jump into this thing and work hard to become a representative of the good people of the 43rd District. We believe, like many families in the 43rd District, there's things that are very important to us, and so I think we could represent these people very well. There's 5 things that are very important to us as a family. One of those is liberty. We believe that we were endowed by our Creator with rights. So one of those was liberty. Liberty is the ability, it's the space to be left alone to become everything that our Creator created us to be. We do that morally, we do that ethically, whether that's a farmer or a rancher or a small business owner, a nurse, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is. We believe that as Nebraskans, we need to be left alone. We need to be free from intrusive regulation that would try to oppress us. Our taxation in this state is really choking the life out of our economy and out of our families, out of our farms and ranches and businesses. And so we're very concerned about liberty. And so we'll stand up for liberty. We'll come against any legislation that would seek to take away our liberty. Another thing that's really near and dear to us as a family is the idea of life. We believe that life begins at conception. So the unborn need to be protected in a manner that would protect them so that they can come into this life and live lives and become everything that they were created to be. But we also believe that there's a part of life that says that we need to take care of our children that are already here. We want our children to have a good, sound education that's academically sound, but it needs to be based upon morality. We're very concerned with some of the things that are being read and being promoted in our public school systems today. They're not moral. They're actually ungodly. And so we believe that we'll stand up against those things and come against those things and stand up for the lives and for the minds of our children. We also want to do a good job taking care of our elderly population. These people have lived lives and they need to be honored. They need to be able to finish out their life in dignity and in safety. And so these are the things that fall into that category of life, whether it's the unborn, whether it's our children, or whether it's our grandparents and our elders. They need to all be protected in a manner that's honoring to them. There's another thing that we believe that's very important, and that is law. We're a nation of laws. We should be a state of law. In the last few years, we've seen where mandates have been spoken. Someone has declared they've made a mandate. Well, we're not a state of mandates. We're a state of laws. There's a way that we go about creating legislation. There's that whole process of law. And so we want to make sure that we stand up against anything that would come against the ability to pass good legislation. We're not a state that stands for mandates. That brings us to the 4th thing, and that is our livelihoods. You can see that I'm standing out here this afternoon, and you may see a few cows behind us. Whether people realize it or not, the state of Nebraska is based upon agriculture. So it doesn't matter if you're actually out in the country involved in agriculture, or if you're in town and you've got a business or you work for someone, everything is intricately tied to agriculture. We believe that agriculture is one of the highest callings and one of the greatest things a person could ever be involved with. But there are so many forces that are coming against agriculture in our state. We're the beef state, and we know that real beef is what's for dinner. We need to promote what we do for a living. We need to realize that as farmers and ranchers, that we are the best stewards of the land. That it's what we've done for years. We take care of our grass. We take care of our soil. We take care of our water. And so we're kind of tired of people that have got a degree from somewhere coming out in the country and telling us how we've got to do it. If we were doing such a poor job of doing it, why is it that everybody wants to come to the country where it's so pristine? And so we're going to stand up for our livelihoods, whether that's in agriculture or whether it's a small business owner. We're going to stand up and say, look, as Nebraskans, we should have the right to make a living, to take what we have, what we've earned, and be a blessing not only to our family, but if it's in our mind, we can be a blessing to others with it. So we've got to stand up for our livelihood. That brings us to the last thing that's most important to us as a family, and that's our legacy. If we can get those first four things right, if we can defend liberty, if we can defend life, if we can make sure that we're a nation of laws, and if we can take care of our livelihoods, then we will have the ability to pass down a legacy to our children and to our grandchildren. As I look at my grandchildren, they vary in age from basically 11 down to just 1 year of age. And I look at them and I wonder what kind of life they're going to have when I'm gone. Are we going to leave them a better state than what we have? Are they going to have a better nation? And I decided a long time ago that I was not willing to go to my grave. I was not willing to die an old man and not know that I'd done everything in my ability to give them the opportunity to have a good life, to give them the nation that our founding fathers believed that they should have. One of my favorite military stories comes from the Bible. There was a young man that was really a nobody, and he showed up at a battlefield one day, and he heard the enemy coming against his people. And as he began to walk around and try to convince people that they needed to engage in the battle, one of the things, they began to push him off and then kind of ignore him, and they finally said, "You're nobody. You're just a nobody. What are you even here at the battlefield for?" And he asked this one question, and it has stuck in my mind since the first day I read it. He said, "Is there not a cause? Is there not a cause?" See, that young man that I'm talking about became the great shepherd king of Israel. We know him as King David, a mighty warrior. He said, "Folks, there's a cause. There's a reason that we're here on this earth." And he said, "I'm willing to step up for my nation, for my heritage, and for my family, and step out onto that battlefield." We all know the answer to what happened. He stepped out there, and David took on Goliath. And a great victory was won for his people. And so as a family, we're willing to say, you know what? We want to ask you today, is there not a cause? Are there not things that are important to us as families, as individuals, that are worth fighting for, that are worth taking our time to work hard at? I think there is a cause. I think if you look into your heart, if you look at your refrigerator, at all the pictures of your grandkids and your children, I think you'd agree with me and Tracy today that there is a cause. And so let's get this thing right. Let's win an election. Let's go to Lincoln, and let's be changers for that which is good and for that which is right. And I think when it's all said and done, we'll be glad we did it. So our children can inherit a legacy from us that they'll say one day, "Boy, we're thankful that Papa and Grandma worked hard to secure that for us." And so I just want to let you know that. And so we're looking forward to working with you in the future. And any support that you could give us would be greatly appreciated. And so reach out to us if you want to have some more dialogue with us. We want to hear what you got to say. And so have a good day and be blessed.